Elon Musk has long been one of the most beloved figures in American culture. The South Africa-born entrepreneur has risen from being virtually unrecognized to enjoying sheer national attention, has often appeared in popular events, and heard by millions of listeners in popular podcasts, like in the Joe Rogan podcast. But more than that, he has captivated the public with his ambitious goals of transitioning our economy to fully renewable energy and colonizing Mars. He has been particularly popular among millennials, who view his aspirations with huge gratitude for saving the planet, and his achievements as something to be followed. Furthermore, Elon Musk has for long escaped the scrutiny often put on billionaires for their success. Still, the tide has recently turned against Elon Musk, and his popularity has plummeted, even among his strongest fan base. Of course, it's common knowledge that you either die a hero or live long enough to become a villain. The tide has turned for Elon Musk, especially with the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic and the massive wealth he has received from the surge in Tesla stock, which has drawn further criticism to just how rich he is. People once viewed Elon Musk as a serial entrepreneur who was simply trying to make humanity better. Now, many people are starting to question whether he is just another billionaire. Will he, too, become a villain? People have been bashing the rich for a very long time, but Elon Musk has proved to be a different type of rich person, not your average out-of-touch billionaire. He co-founded and became the CEO of the electronic payment firm PayPal. After selling it, he received a whopping sum of $165 million. By this point, most people would have bought an island or lived rich for the rest of their lives. But Elon Musk didn't do that. He put $100 million in SpaceX, $70 million in Tesla, and $10 million in SolarCity, which was the company that made solar panels before being acquired by Tesla. He did all of that while borrowing money to pay for rent. Elon Musk is not scared to put his own money on the line and fail. When you think of him, you don't see the evil, greedy billionaire, so resemblant to other billionaires like George Soros. Elon Musk was able to escape the same scrutiny people like George Soros receive. As a matter of fact, the same people who are anti-billionaire have been one of the most pro-Elon, even though he's richer than most other billionaires. Why? Let me give you an example. Arguably, Bill Gates has done more for humanity than Elon Musk. Since 1994, he has donated $50 billion to charity. He has also led the effort to vaccinate children around the world, reaching 100% vaccination rates in Africa, which has saved thousands of children every year. Bill Gates also has a lot of charisma, but people still grunt and complain about his massive wealth, much more than they do for Elon Musk. It's because when people think of Bill Gates, they don't think about the Gates Foundation or even Microsoft that much. They just see dollar signs and assume he oppressed his workers to be that rich. But when people think of Elon Musk, they don't see dollar signs, even though he's richer than Gates. They think of solar panels and rocket ships. They think of saving the world, even though Bill Gates has arguably done more to save the world than Elon Musk. After all, what's more important, saving thousands of lives every year or getting a man to Mars? Unlike Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk is not known for his money, but for his inventions. Elon Musk has inspired people, mostly millennials, into loving him despite his absurd amount of wealth. Millennials love him because he's able to make them envision a reality where people across the globe can rely on renewable energy. And millennials have led the push for this very effort. Millennials are more likely to care about the environment and saving the planet than the older generations. Why hate the guy who's trying to make that happen? Tesla is also a revolutionary company besides its lack of CO2 emissions. Tesla has also transformed the way people shop for cars. In the past, and still today, the grueling dealership experience is the norm for buying a new and a used car. But Tesla allows you to shop and order a car online. And millennials are far more likely to shop and order a car online. Even though the majority of millennials probably can't even afford a Tesla, they want to be part of the Tesla revolution. I mean, seriously, who likes dealing with a salesman in a dealership? Elon Musk's followers have developed a cult-like community for him. He has often been compared to Iron Man. He's become a cult superhero. Perhaps it's his laugh or his defiant personality. His fans adore him, and very few people have a valid reason to hate him. Compare him to fellow billionaire tech mogul Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO and founder of Facebook. There's nothing inherently wrong with the creation of Facebook. Sure, privacy concerns are real, and Facebook has gotten serious backlash for it, but Facebook is a platform we all benefit from. We use Instagram to promote our businesses, Facebook Marketplace to find deals and pay no taxes for what we sell, and WhatsApp to communicate to people throughout the world. But Mark Zuckerberg doesn't relate to people like Elon does. And unlike fellow billionaires, Elon Musk is rarely seen bragging about his money or engaging in any sort of activity that would do just that. While other billionaires celebrated in the Sun Valley Conference, often called the Billionaire Summer Camp, Elon Musk was working on easing the Earth's transition away from fossil fuels. But Elon Musk has garnered increasing backlash over the past few months. Where did it all go wrong? Elon Musk has had a troublesome relationship with the media. Since 2018, he has been especially scrutinized. Rumors about Tesla paying its workers mundane wages have often surfaced, and claims have been made that outshored workers at Tesla are paid as little as $5 an hour. In 2018, Elon Musk did an interview with 60 Minutes, in which he was asked by reporter Leslie Stahl about his erratic behavior on Twitter. This was the common trend for the growing media backlash of Elon Musk. As SpaceX and Tesla took ground in their respective industries, much question was casted by the media on what were Elon Musk's true intentions. Chaos erupted when Elon appeared on the Joe Rogan podcast. While people of younger generations were thrilled to see a CEO acting like a normal person, smoking weed, the professional sphere was livid with his supposed unprofessionalism. Consequently, Tesla's stock fell by more than 6% after he smoked weed on the Joe Rogan podcast. A few top executives at the company also resigned in indignation. The COVID-19 pandemic furthered Elon Musk's hate among the public. Around the time when the novel coronavirus was first discovered in Wuhan, China, Elon Musk was only worth $20 billion. Yes, that's a lot of money, but that number put him at the bottom of the billionaire club. There was a lot of other billionaires to blame for wealth inequality. However, he became the richest person in the world earlier this year, making him the scapegoat of all our problems. For the first time, Elon Musk was seen for the money he had, not for the things he had created. Elon Musk can't escape the critics anymore. He's just too rich, and wealth often rubs people the wrong way. After all, after a year of many protests over wealth inequality, Elon Musk is one of the biggest contributors to the global wealth gap. When he agreed to host Saturday Night Live, longtime SNL cast member A.D. Bryant criticized him for this very issue. In protest, she retweeted Bernie Sanders' tweet, which read, "The 50 wealthiest people in America today own more wealth than the bottom half of our people." Let me repeat that, because it is almost too absurd to believe. The 50 wealthiest people in this country own more wealth than some 165 million Americans. That is moral obscenity. 2020 continued to be a troublesome year for Elon Musk in the public sphere. He defied state orders by reopening Tesla's Fremont factory in Alameda County, California, despite a statewide lockdown during the pandemic. He was later held responsible for a coronavirus outbreak at the plant that endangered several workers. However, rather than apologize and let his workers shelter in place at home, he filed a lawsuit against the county. Musk later dropped the suit and was allowed to reopen on the condition that safety and social distancing measures be taken at the factory. We can all agree or disagree about Elon Musk's actions in 2020. What's relevant here is that he was starting to make enemies during the pandemic. Elon Musk's public downfall continued when he turned his back on his supporters, or so they say. According to data from the sentiment analysis company Awario, Musk's popularity among his fan base plunged after he made several comments criticizing Bitcoin since May. He announced that Tesla would no longer accept the cryptocurrency as a payment. He had previously been a staunch supporter of Bitcoin until this point, boosting the price of the cryptocurrency tremendously. His supporters felt betrayed when he turned back on Bitcoin, which helped its price plunge soon after his tweets by an astounding 30%. Fabri Limas, a crypto investor with 450,000 followers, tweeted that Elon Musk is the most hated person in the crypto world. The tide was turning for Elon Musk among his fan base. Shortly after, the crypto community decided to avenge the sharp 30% drop in Bitcoin and created a new cryptocurrency named Stop Elon, accusing the infamous billionaire of market manipulation, which costed retail investors millions of dollars after Bitcoin dropped. Bitcoin investors protested at the gates of Tesla factories and campaigned to bring Musk to trial. They said, "It's ridiculous. He's toying with people's portfolios like candy, like the narcissistic billionaire he is and always will be. We say enough." They were clearly angered that they had lost their money because of Musk's U-turn decision. His once loyal fans now viewed him as the same old billionaire and a market manipulator. After all, they had lost about a third of the value of their investment in Bitcoin alone in a matter of days. Can you blame them? Elon Musk used to be one of the most liked personas in American culture. People admired him for what he had accomplished. They stood by his side for years when Tesla was struggling, and those who held the stock saw massive returns as it went to the moon. But the recent gains have just been too great for Elon Musk to avoid criticism any longer. During the pandemic, millions of people throughout the world lost their livelihoods and saw their standard of living plummet, while the top 1% saw their wealth skyrocket. Musk probably saw the biggest gains from the pandemic in terms of monetary value. All the while, many others were forced under a lockdown and never saw a paycheck for months. Times have changed, and Elon Musk can no longer escape not being a billionaire. Is it because people just don't like billionaires? Or has Elon lived long enough to become the villain from the hero he used to be?